Hello, and welcome to the Talking About Today show, where today we'll be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. I am Mike on the mic, and with me today is O Dog, the masked homie.
What up, what up, what up?
What's up, gangsta? We just had some fuego pasta and chicken thighs.
Absolutely delicious.
Thank you, bro. I cooked it, so I can't really take too much credit because that's narcissism. However,
I use seasoning, so even though there's no image to go with this podcast, I'll let you imagine.
That's a work in progress, actually. I had an idea about that, but that's not what we're here to talk about today.
What are we here to talk about?
We're here to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. It's an anime that you obligated me into watching despite having watched it 2 weeks prior, and now having been 2 weeks later, it's been like a month since you've seen this content.
Yeah, but I'm an addict.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right, so starting from the top, Jujutsu Kaisen is a show that literally translates into magic fish. We checked this earlier. Verifiable. I am the source.
Google Translate is the source.
Correct. So it's a show about a dude, and mind you, I'm terrible at Japanese names, so I'm just going to give incredibly vague descriptions. And
I'll help you out.
Yeah, O-Dog will chip in with actual names. You meet main protagonist dude, who is shown to be incredibly strong for no reason.
Yuji Itadora.
That's the one. You meet him as he's getting yelled at for occupying the club room for the paranormal club. It's a very like comedic slice of life start, right? And they're talking about, oh, we found this cursed object today. And then it flashes to another character who we'll call less emo Sasuke, Bakugasuke, because he's like Bakugo and Sasuke.
It's Megumi, but...
Yeah, Bakugasuke. Megumi, right? Megumi. Yeah, that one's easy enough. This dude who's like, he just kind of like mysterious, right?
What'd you think about the dogs?
The dogs were dope, so we'll get there. Okay. So anyway, fuck it. We're going to skip ahead. Basically, they find the cursed object. The cursed object turns out to be this thing called Sukuna's finger, right? Sukuna is just this demon badass that gets
gnarly son bitch.
6-armed, think like Vishnu levels of like catastrophic existence. Like my man stepping and it just messes up the world.
4 arms, 20 fingers. I think he had 4 legs too.
I don't know, he had like 6 eyes.
Had to have at least 3 because the way he talk, he got a fat cock, boy.
Maybe one of them is the cock, right?
That is some confidence, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd be scared if they said it's 20
I mean, the
fingers.
first thing he said is, where are the women? He said that because he wanted to kill them, but I'm sure that he's not above other...
I mean, he's a literal demon.
True.
I mean, he probably just does the
dark shit. The demons are dicks in this show, like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, oh, no, there's a little bit of cap. Like, dude, these demons are assholes.
Even the squares, like, even the weirdos, they just hang on beautiful women's shoulders.
Yeah.
And just grope them. For years until some jujutsu sorcerer comes and kills it. And they don't even know. They just feel like there's a weight on their shoulders. But really, this weird imp-looking thing that was previously in his first life, some nerd just decided he's going to hang out with her and grope her all her life. It's a very weird show. The Japanese have very weird sexual ideals.
That donut shop girl or whatever was kind of cute, though.
She was cute as fuck. You know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. Dude, I've seared this shit into my brain over the past week.
When I say weird, it's not like Food Wars weird, where it's just about people like coming.
It's hentai disguised as no. There's plot here. There's plot, and it's not like plot. It's like actual plot.
Oh, and the plot moves so fast.
Yeah, there's no breaks. Dude finds fingers and eats the fingers, and Magic Man becomes Magic Man. So main protagonist things happen, and he gets whisked away to Hogwarts. I mean, Magical Jujutsu High School, which is magic school basically.
Hogwarts.
Yeah, Hogwarts. He goes to Japanese Hogwarts, and you see a theme here. He gets interviewed by the principal, and the principal has him square up with a teddy bear. The lore is there, but we're not getting into that because it's just too much. This show never doesn't explain things.
Never doesn't?
Yes.
Yeah.
It always explains something to you
as
soon as it happens. And it's referenced in universe that they do this. This is like part of the routine. The cursed spirits will like let them go on this monologue.
Even to the point that their techniques are more effective if I tell you how it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't get it, but it's awesome.
It's absolutely plot contrivance for the sake of the reader, but I'm not going to complain because it makes sense as opposed to, you know what it is, dude? This show is better My Hero.
Yes.
It's
significantly better.
Yeah,
and then it just took Kakashi from Naruto and made him juice.
Here's the thing though, right? So this is Jujutsu Kaisen is easily the hottest shonen anime of all time right now.
Yeah.
Of all time.
They have a fucking movie in theaters,
but
subbed and dubbed, playing at all times.
True, dude. My Hero Academia learns all the lessons from Naruto and Dragon Ball Z and runs with them. But it has more Dragon Ball Z in it.
Absolutely.
Than anything. And it's just super plot heavy. And everything's there, but it's just like 30 episodes of like these people are training and then they will fight and then they will train and then they will fight. And it's like, all right, cool, bro. I get it.
There's a lot going on in Jujutsu Kaisen.
There is.
It's
and it
extremely
happens
fast paced.
It's very quick,
Yep.
which is almost kind of like ludicrous because the show is supposed to take place in the real world and they have real world references to things. For example, later on after Yuji becomes he eats one of Sukuna's fingers, right? That's what happens at the beginning, and he becomes this big problem for the world of jujutsu. That's why he gets taken to Hogwarts.
A problem for everyone except for Satoru Gojo.
Yeah, better Kakashi.
Yes, better Kakashi. Significantly better Kakashi.
Easily. So better Kakashi whisks my mans away to Hogwarts and tells him, hey bro, here's the cut.
You can either keep eating these fingers or I'm gonna kill you.
The higher ups are like not cool with who you are and how you live, and we're just gonna persecute you.
And after you eat all those fingers, I'm still gonna kill you.
But it'll be worth it because it'll be fun.
Yeah. And you can like save people and shit because your grandfather told you that that's what he wanted you to do while he died. The only character in the show that doesn't get explained much at all.
Yep.
And is introduced on his deathbed and dies in that same scene.
Yep. There are two people that Yuji is supposed to be like super close to, and they're like the paranormal club team members that he's part of, right?
Yep.
Like one
never
of them,
see them again.
Yeah, he never sees them again. One of them goes down in like a demon attack, and they're like early on, they're like his motivation or whatever, but like no, that all drops away by like
immediately.
Yeah, that drops away by like the 5th episode.
Immediately.
So we meet his teammates. It turns out Megumi is part of this jujutsu high school that he goes to, and he's like, oh my god, wow, it's so great to see you. And they're like homies now. At first he's like, I hate this guy, and then eventually he ends up liking him, but it happens way quicker and more naturally than the Sasuke and Naruto thing where they literally have to blow each other's arms off.
Yeah.
Like one of them does die, but
yeah,
like it's a lot more reasonable. Anyway, so they become friends, and then they go with better Kakashi to go pick up not Sakura. I'm gonna call her not Sakura because
she is inherently not Sakura.
Yeah. So they go and they pick up not Sakura, and she immediately is unpleased with the fact that they're not like going to a nice city to do nice city things. She's a country girl who came to the city chasing a friend in a dream.
Yeah,
and it's
bro.
Like
big titties want big cities. I get it.
Yeah. It's just very like it's cliche almost, right? But not in a bad way.
It's a very cliche show.
Yeah.
We start off with better Kakashi, Satoru Gojo. As soon as we see Yuji eat a finger,
true.
Satoru nonchalantly walks up to him as he's talking to not just Yuji, but the greatest curse that apparently this world has ever seen, and tells him, yeah, just transform. Then goes on to explain a dessert to Megumi.
Right.
As this dude transforms into the worst demon that's ever been seen in the history of Earth.
Of the
120th.
So don't get me wrong, still a lot. But not.
And as he attacks, Satoru ends up sitting on his back, finishing his description of the dessert.
Yeah, definitely.
He's just like that.
Satoru's OP. Like, absolutely overpowered.
You hear him mention how this 20-finger ridiculous curse that just ran amok on the planet. You hear Satoru Gojo mention him with 20 fingers as a slight inconvenience. As in, he might cause me a little trouble. I want everyone to know that this show has absolutely no fucking suspense for the main storyline. They only have suspense for characters. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because in Naruto's not gonna die. He has very obvious plot armor.
He's in the name.
In Dragon Ball, Goku dies, but you know you'll bring him back because there's no show without him.
It's comic book rules. That's how old it is.
Right. But with this show, they did something we've rarely ever seen. They put the plot armor on someone who's not the main character. It's outstanding. It feels like it changes the whole dynamic.
Truth.
Because I know there is this almighty weapon, but he's not even the main storyline. In fact, he barely even pops up. He is effectively not even one of the main characters.
He's like a GM NPC. Like, he just exists to come through and be like, all right, I'm gonna do like a wacky quirky thing, right? Because he's also like the wacky quirky character.
He's the edge of world monster.
Yeah.
In a video game.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no way you can defeat it, but also if you just don't do that shit, you won't run into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty much like that. He's also a fucking dick.
He's more like a puckish rogue.
It's choice words.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dick.
No, dude, he's
That
got,
if you had the power to do all the things you needed to do, and this whole time he's really just setting up for a coup. Granted, he knows he can kill everybody in this coup, but decides not to because he doesn't want to have to kill everybody that comes after and after that and after that. It's kind of odd that we have this all-powerful being having his own side plot and we don't get to see any of it besides him saying a sentence here and there about it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm excited for season 2. It should be coming out soon.
It already came out.
It already came out.
Yeah, it's 20, unless it's a 24 episode first season.
It's a 24 episode first season.
It's just that long a show.
Yes.
Heard. Okay, cool. I didn't know so I haven't read it, obviously.
You haven't seen the movie either, have you?
No, I have no idea what's going on.
They introduced one of the second years who was a pivotal point in the incident.
You mean the second or third years?
A second year. Okay. He's outstanding.
Cool.
I won't ruin it for you, but he's
Is it the dude that Toto wanted to see, the big muscle guy? What's his name?
The younger dude, yeah.
The dude in the movie?
I won't even say his name. Yeah.
I know his name. I know. I paid attention. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Look,
that's not a spoiler. That's cool.
Yeah. That's it. He's awesome. They don't show him in the show at all.
Yo, you know who deserves some fucking clout?
Who?
Cursed voice dude.
Yes.
Cursed speech homie deserves Izanagi, something like that. I'm not sure. He deserves all the respect.
He's outstanding.
That fight with Hanami was fucking ridiculous.
Phenomenal.
It was ridiculous. I can't, they made it a multi-episode fight, but they gave all of the characters an opportunity to try.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this right now.
He's the only one that kept them alive on the run.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, dude, speaking of coups, right? The archer dude, I think his name was Koma.
Yeah.
What's up with that? I think he's plotting his own coup.
He's not plotting his own coup.
Isn't he?
You gotta think. You gotta think about this. The only one who can plot a coup is Satoru.
Well, no, but he's not plotting a coup of the whole thing. He's plotting a coup of his clan. That's it. Because if you remember, he is sort of down bad about the way that they treat people.
Yes, he is, but aren't they all?
No.
Isn't Megumi?
No, he don't give a fuck
isn't
about...
the cursed tools user literally?
The cursed tools user literally is, and that's her stated interest. But Megumi's he's above that. That's his whole thing. He doesn't. I'm done with that shit. I'm not with the clan. His sister's his thing. You know.
I'm interested to see how Megumi handles Sukuna trying to get him to eat fingers. I don't know what Sukuna's plan is. Is he trying to Orochimaru this thing? And he's like, hey, Megumi's a better vessel. Is he going to be too split? Is it going to turn into Yuji killing Megumi or vice versa?
If I had to put money on it with the whole theory crafting of it, I would say, because Megumi's already stronger, right?
Right.
By default. And even now, he's arguably still stronger.
Right.
And he's 3 fingers deep at this point?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that really makes you think, what would one finger do for this man?
Right.
I don't think it's a problem of he's going to, because if Yuji dies, the fingers must come out. He's not a whole vessel yet. So it's probably going to be a case of Sukuna's going to try to convince him to eat the fingers, and then once he does that,
switch bodies.
He's just going to consume the lesser construct.
So this is what I was thinking. Why didn't Satoru just eat the fingers?
He wants a bloodless coup, right? Which is never a thing, right? That doesn't exist. But he wants a bloodless coup, and that's his whole thing, right? That's the sort of mechanism.
Right, but Satoru has the power to control Sukuna.
Hypothetically.
We've seen that hypothetically.
Because he was talking that shit, but we don't know. He was also flexing for Megumi.
Oh, I know.
I mean, look, bro.
Did you see Hollow Purple?
Purple Hollow, but yes.
I know.
Or was it Hollow Purple?
Hollow Purple.
Okay. Yeah, I did. But here's my thing, though. We haven't seen full power Sukuna fight. You know what I mean?
I don't need to. We haven't seen Goju fight.
That's true.
We've seen Goju erase these motherfuckers.
We've seen him fuck around.
We've seen him fight a villain,
Hanami.
Jogo.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That was stated as being
Jogo, dude.
That was explained as being a 7-finger curse. And as you saw with Nanami or Hanami, significantly stronger than Jogo.
Fair enough.
And he got erased.
Is it a she? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Some earth
They
spirit
got
shit.
erased.
The earth spirit thing, Hanami, whatever. I thought that the bundled up arm thing was a weird design choice. I'm not gonna lie, that was an odd costume.
Oh, so the big reveal was cool.
Yes, it was dope as fuck. Also, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
Right? It's a black and white demon thing. It's pretty badass.
Yeah. I kind of like how the only suspense is kind of like Zack Snyder's Justice League, where the only suspense is whether Superman, or in this case Gojo, is gonna fight at all. That's the only real suspense. As soon as he shows up, it's kind of written on the wall.
We're overlooking a bunch of stuff that happens in the middle between them picking up not Sakura and this. So they meet the second years.
Realistically, it's not much. So the show is 24 episodes, and I'm interested to see the second season mostly because it looks like they should be able to get into story more. Because it seemed like the entire first season, though it was action-packed, they were just squeezing in exposition. Because now you got to know how curses work. You got to know how all this works. You got to know how techniques work, domain expansions.
Yeah,
the first 12, and then even then they kind of they up the fights and then trickle in that exposition. And so I'm interested to see where the second season goes because we already have Geto talking about we need to seal Gojo. I'm interested in seeing how that goes.
You got Patches with his little side thing where he making those demon homies.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here. I'm interested to see what happens to the human population. See if the human population somehow can get involved. Does this turn into a war?
Doubtful.
I'm thinking doubtful as well.
Yeah, the Jujutsu Society has a pretty solid grasp on secrecy.
I don't even think shit's a secret because the police called them.
True. Oh, yeah.
It's just known.
Well, no, I think it's like it's
an inside thing.
It's an inside thing, yeah. Like a certain kind of crime will get...
Some intelligence agency is this is curses. They know.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So this show is kind of cool because it exists in a very similar way to... Have you read Chainsaw Man?
No.
So Chainsaw Man is a lot like this show, right? It's very fast, it's very punchy, and it does the same kind of like exposition heavy, and then a shitload of fights, and then it's like exposition heavy, right? But this is almost like a little bit more like fanciful, like children's Chainsaw Man. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's good, right? But like Chainsaw Man is a universe in which the same kind of like cursed spirit exists, right? But there's this thing called, they're called devils, right? There's this thing called the Gun Devil.
That sounds like a Gundam suit.
Bro, no, it's ridiculous. It's like a giant Leviathan fucking weapons platform. Like, it's so cool. The first thing it does is kill everybody in a 500-meter radius. Everybody.
Okay, so is it awesome because it's big and strong, or is it awesome because of the world it exists in?
The world it exists in, because the carnage this thing wreaks in this world is insane. Like, these numbers are high.
Okay, yeah, so is Beerus.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, though, right? But in this show...
Is it a Beerus level destroyer?
Yeah, it could be if it felt like it. But it's not.
That's interesting.
It's just,
do you think Satoru could be a Beerus level destroyer?
I mean, the man can dig canyons with fucking projectiles, so I would think so, yes.
Okay. Where do you put him on the spectrum? Because we don't have to pick anybody else out of the Jujutsu Kaisen world. He's obviously the strongest. Where do we put him on the spectrum with other individuals?
The Gun Demon and Satoru Gojo? I don't know. That's an odd question.
Does the Gun Demon make the list?
That depends. So in terms of being able to...
Saitama's removed because it's a fuck...
So here's the thing. I don't think you can really compare them because one of them is fucking magic. The other one is from Dragon Ball. We're not talking about power scaling here. I don't think it's even comparable.
Dragon Ball power scales, there's no scale.
Don't get me wrong. Jujutsu Kaisen's power scaling is respectable because it's dumb, but my God.
And also currently based on fingers.
Yeah.
And classes.
Yeah, like this is simple and understandable. Dragon Ball Z is like, damn, dog, how many planets can you eat in a minute? Oh, damn, a galaxy? Weak.
Yeah. That's trash.
Like,
I've destroyed multiple universes in 3 weeks.
Who's the pirate? What's the pirate's name from Dragon Ball? Do you remember? He has the movie. He lives inside Kami's rock.
No, I can't remember.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Bojack.
Okay.
Bojack destroys an entire fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
Before he gets wiped out by Goku.
Because just chilling. Yeah, there are a lot of those. And I actually use that to think about Saitama and how we put him in this platform where he's god of the anime world. And realistically, there's like 75 characters in Dragon Ball throughout the years that would just wax his ass.
People who
I don't think he could stomp Broly.
People who like Saitama have Dunning-Kruger. That's just all it is.
Yeah, he can't beat Broly.
Dude, what are you talking about? He can't beat like half the roster.
He can't beat Itachi. I ain't never seen him break Genjutsu.
Dude, no, it doesn't even need to be that OP. Like, let's think. Bro probably couldn't beat Teenage Naruto.
Probably not. It would rip him into fucking pieces. He would literally get ripped in half.
Yeah, like, he's fast, but I feel like Teenage Naruto... hang on, that's bullshit magic systems, though.
At best, he could beat Baki.
Yeah, well, Baki is just a crazy dude. Like, he's just the peak of humanity.
But still, at best, he could beat a peak human.
Yeah.
That's so great. And then they put all these powerful beings
Look, here's a good... Krillin could beat Saitama's ass. Right?
Krillin will beat the fucking brakes off of Saitama.
There you go.
Krillin could throw energy from his hands.
Bro, I miss Hercule being good.
Hercule would beat the fuck out of this man.
Oh, yeah. Hercule can rip a bus in half. Hang on a second.
Dude. Like the fucking Hulk. We're not thinking of how these things scale,
I forget the fact that Hercule can rip a bus in half.
Yes. Pain destroyed the entire Leaf Village with one almighty push.
And then,
And he didn't even get to use planetary devastation, which I assume would be
dog,
worse.
It's a tragedy. Tien almost killed Cell with 3 almighty pushes.
Yes. Yes.
I love how there are so many repeatable tropes.
Well, you can only...
Has there been an almighty push in Jujutsu Kaisen yet?
Goju, Hollow Purple was pushing some shit.
Yeah, it was pushing P, dog.
But it was pushing P. It was pushing the planet in a different goddamn rotation.
Bro, somebody needs to make an edit where it's just the projectile and then it's like, I love lean.
Yes. Yes. Dude, it's outstanding. Anyway, back to jujutsu.
So the middle bit of the show, they pick up not Sakura, and then they start doing team things together. And their first big team mission is that they have to go into a juvie center, a juvenile detention center, to pick out this, what was it called? The womb of something or other? The cursed womb, or it was some very strange.
Turns out to just be Sukuna's finger. They walk into what's considered an incomplete domain.
Yeah.
They're completely outclassed.
An incomplete domain is the projection of the curse's inner world. I think I got that right.
Yes.
It's basically just like, I'm going to make my insides my outsides, and you will suffer because powers.
Yes.
It's basically just like a power
You
up.
get a guaranteed hit on any technique that matches the technique you imbued into the cursed energy that you use to make this work.
It's like rolling loaded dice, except everything is always going to hit.
Yep, and the only way to beat it is to have a more powerful, more perfected domain.
Yeah, and they explain the rules later too. So like, if you're inside the domain, right, the more likely and stronger the attack will be, because it's guaranteed to hit, the weaker the outside is.
Right, and we won't explain the whole thing, because
Yeah.
obviously you can go watch the show, but
there's lore, there's deep technical senses.
basically the trip to the juvie center pretty much just turns into us realizing Megami doesn't give a fuck about any goddamn body, because why save people if you're saving a piece of shit? We learned that Yuji can't fight no sort of special case and needs to mind his damn business. We learned Megami also can't, and we learned the bitch damn sure can't.
Nope.
But Yuji decides, oh fuck, whatever, I'll switch over with Sukuna. Sukuna handles this thing rather quickly.
Amicably, shall we
After
say.
he's done playing with it,
Yeah.
cuts it into a fuck ton of pieces, takes the finger, and leaves.
And then he goes and he meets back up with Megami, who got the girl and dipped out. Once the girl has been like put away safely, he has this moment with Sukuna where Sukuna pulls out Yuji's heart and, quote, takes him hostage, right? And so in that moment, there is like this deep introspective dialogue between him and Sukuna. And then when Yuji comes back out, they have like a bonding moment as Yuji dies.
We realize very quickly he's not dead.
Yeah, they spend 2 episodes with him in his like weird internal mind space, like when Naruto has Kurama and like they're having that inner dialogue thing.
Yep.
Same general concept. And he's like on a slab for 2 days, just naked, and it's kind of like funny because they're having these conversations around his body.
Yep.
And then he wakes up and he goes, "Oh, excuse me."
Yeah,
He's just so chill about it.
It goes just like that, and basically they reach an agreement that determines when Sukuna can switch. After that, it jumps straight into the tournament arc where there's
train up for the tournament arc. There's like 4 episodes.
There's somewhat train up. They ain't really training. They just give you a break so you can see.
Yeah, there's separate arcs, right? So Yuji develops on his own under Satoru, right?
Satoru.
Yeah. Satoru's win.
You really just get to see Satoru Goju fight a 7-finger or a 9-finger, whatever it is, curse. He handles him rather quickly, even has time to teleport back to Jujutsu High School to grab Yuji to teleport back to the battlefield before this dude regains consciousness.
True.
He regained consciousness in about 7 seconds. Why the fuck doesn't this dude stop playing with his food?
First of all, this isn't the Satoru Goju show. I'm sure there will be a spin-off manga. Like, there has to be a spin-off manga. Did you know that there's a My Hero spin-off manga and it's not bad?
Did you know that there is the Naruto spin-off, Rock Lee Adventures?
No shit. Are you serious?
Yes.
What? Why did nobody tell me about this?
Yeah, and it's like miniature child style animation, so they're all like kids.
Is it good?
You think I would watch some shit like that? Wait, I did watch Itachi's like Perfect Breakfast or whatever that was. Where
No, that's
he's
pretty
just trying
fire
to cook
though.
a sunny side. That's so fire.
Because I remember that day we were looking at the Naruto movies on a totally legitimate streaming website, and
absolutely,
and there was like 19 of them. Like look. I haven't seen every Dragon Ball Z movie, but I've seen enough of them to know that when there's a Dragon Ball Z movie, it's either going to hit or it's going to be hilarious.
Yes.
So you have to watch the Naruto ones.
You have to.
And this one that we're talking about is Itachi's Perfect Breakfast, where this man straight ninjutsus a breakfast, but keeps fucking it up. And he just makes Sasuke sit there and watch.
Eventually he uses the Mangekyo Sharingan and finally makes the perfect breakfast. I never thought that like I could just not fight if I had a Mangekyo. I could just like make good food.
Yeah.
It's so precise.
Yeah.
So crisp, so clean.
So crisp,
So
and Queen Crispy.
Sponsored, not sponsored by Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, sponsored, not sponsored. Cookie Crisp, shout out. So yeah, dude, we go back to Yuji meeting up with the squad after they've just finished meeting up with the second years, because of course there's a tutelage system going on at this magical Japanese.
Ain't no goddamn
Hogwarts.
tutelage system. Fucking Satoru just like to fuck around with little kids. Let's be completely honest.
He is like the only teacher there.
Yes, we don't see any other goddamn teachers.
This is like what if class 1A was only taught by Aizawa? Like that's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
That's it.
That's a great spinoff, by the way. Just
Absolutely.
Aizawa's tutelage on some like, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, they meet the second years. There's Maki, who can't use cursed energy, which is like, think of ki or fucking chakra. It's the same thing. She can't use that shit, the magic MacGuffin resource. So she's just really good with all kinds of weapons, right? Like Tamari, but useful actually.
Yes.
Is that 10-10 with the weapons, or is that Tamari?
10-10.
Yeah, so it's 10-10 but useful.
Yeah. 10-10 but very useful.
And kind of
to the point that she caught a bullet imbued with cursed energy.
She caught a magic bullet
face.
from her sister and said, "Are you fucking playing, bitch?
Are you done?
Are you done, thought?" And then there's also the panda, who is a panda, but is not a panda. Just, that's all panda is not a panda. Just, that's it.
Panda's not a... But he's a panda.
Panda is not a panda, but he's a panda. And he can box it up.
He can box.
He can box. Golden glove.
Box.
Well, like more like blue, but yeah.
Yeah, like I forget, the goddamn bear from Tekken.
Yeah. Oh shit, Kuma. Yes, dude. Yes.
He's straight just Kuma.
He's Kuma the bear. Anyway, there's the third dude who is the cursed speech user, and he's just a cool dude.
Realistically fucking overpowered. He also only talks in rice ball ingredients.
Yeah.
So he just says shit like salmon roe, bonito flakes.
Spiced tuna mayo.
But for some reason, you slowly start to understand him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely. It's also like a body language thing, right?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes it's just the thing, and it's like, okay. But then other times he'll like throw up a shaka or whatever, and it's like, okay, like this dude's fine. Yeah.
And sometimes he'll split salmon roe. And it's confusing because people are talking, and he'll say salmon roe.
Yep.
I love it. He just adds a comedic element to the show during the most serious conversations possible.
Absolutely.
They're talking about people trying to destroy the world right now. And he will say,
bonito flakes.
Bonito flakes.
Yep.
Seaweed.
Yep.
Kelp.
So we meet the second years, and then fucking 2 episodes more of like whatever happened, and then we're introduced to the Kyoto school, right? Because there's a JUIJUTSU Tech, and this is like how Hogwarts is a multi-campus institution. We meet the other guys. So there's Toda, who's the biggest, buffest boy you ever did see. He's like Ricardo Milos, but bigger.
And he's ridiculously overpowered, and they never show you his true power. He's not at Goju's level, not even close.
But he's the strongest student we've seen so far.
But he's the strongest student by far.
By far. He threatens to kill every other student and their principal at one point, and instead of being like, "Oh, what an affront," they're like, "All right, cool, whatever, dude. I guess not.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna.
I can't make him do anything. There's no point."
Yeah,
he's obsessed with women.
No, he's obsessed with a very specific kind of women, tall women with big asses, like
girls
Jennifer,
that only exist in hentai any goddamn way.
Well, he said like Jennifer Lawrence, which throws me for a loop because that woman is neither tall nor has a fat ass, but whatever.
I will break.
I guess, but
I will break J-Law.
That's different. Hang on, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, by American standards, I guess she doesn't. By Japanese standards, maybe. But
J-Law, I will fucking break you. Next.
You and Toto would get along.
Absolutely.
There's Koma, who is the blind archer. He's a member of the 3 families. Oh, the weapons chick from our high school is her name is Maki, right? This is important because they introduce her sister, who is named Mai, who can use cursed energy, but is like
and
weak.
Is not disgraced by her entire family. But she is weak sauce,
and she's also a fucking cunt.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna sugarcoat.
She is Sakura.
Yeah, she's very Sakura. And then there is Mekamaru, who is
exactly what you think.
Yeah,
he's a fucking mech, and he's awesome.
It's like Red Tornado.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I get
you got
Miwa.
the witch bitch.
Oh yeah, you get her later though.
Yeah.
And then there's useless Miwa, my favorite. I love this. She's best girl row.
Yes.
The chick with the blue hair, she's the best.
Yeah, with the sword.
Absolutely.
She's a very simple curse technique.
I love her so much, dude.
Yeah.
She loses her sword and she's like, "Can I have her sword back, please?"
Yeah. And then she's like, well, I'm useless Miwa without my sword.
And then she adopts that as her thing. Dude, so
Yeah.
side note here. The baseball episode is the best episode of this show.
Yuji is completely smashing shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I love how they managed to bake in important plot shit into a filler episode, kind of, right?
Absolutely.
Because you've got the two principals having their big talk. Satoru Goju being that guy the whole time.
Yeah.
Just being that dude.
And wait, we need to explain this because they normally had a team fight and individual fights.
Oh, yeah, so this is the tournament arc,
They're
right?
only playing baseball because Satoru sabotaged the voting between the principals and determined that they are going to play a baseball game.
Because directly before this, during their group battle event, they had a My Hero style like intruder in the camp scenario where they got infiltrated during training. So backing up a little bit further from that, after they meet the other group of second years from Kyoto, they launch right into this, and that's just sort of like where Yuji comes back. So it's not like we skipped over too much here. But yeah, then they we did though. We didn't talk about the League of Villains yet.
We don't need to know League of Villains. There's some cursed dudes who want curses to take over the world. Now we just talked about the League of Villains.
There you go. True. Their motivations really aren't known to us, and they only come in during character stuff that we don't want to really spoil like that.
And they're really not all that special. One of them, Geto, you can see the movie called JUIJUTSU Kaisen 0, was in theaters. Don't know if it still is. And the rest of them are just some random curses, honestly. You meet Jogo in a fight, and you meet Hanami in a fight at the school. You don't meet the other guy, but you do meet his brothers at the very end of the season, and that's pretty much it. None of them really show you what they can do. It's nothing completely outlandish compared to things you've seen in the show.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see where they go.
So
it is a running joke that Satoru Gojo can't be defeating, and at best, all of us can work together to try and seal him.
You keep ranting about how this man's dick is so big, bro.
It is. It's fat. You got a fat cock.
Anyway, so they have this tournament arc. They get invaded. I mean, kind of a tournament arc, whatever. Cross-training arc. They have a J-set arc. Anyway, Hanami shows up and starts dunking on the team. They handle this pretty well. There's like segments where you focus on certain characters as they go through this encounter with Hanami. And it culminates in a pretty cool fight that we're not going to talk
about it at all.
Yeah. Then after that is the baseball episode. And we will totally talk about the fucking baseball episode.
Yes.
The baseball episode is our girl, Useless Miwa, posting up and getting ready for her shot at the bat, right? And she's like giving us the intro lecture about how she's Useless Miwa now, but despite that, she kind of likes herself and she's here to try. And she hits the ball and someone catches it and she's like, oh yeah, I did great. Woo, let's go. And then the next chick hits the ball and someone catches it. And she's like, yeah, woo, I did great. Let's go. And their teacher is like, if you don't know how to play the game, just say that you don't know how to play the game. It's okay to not be right. And she's like, I know how to play the game. You hit the ball and they catch it and you run. And she's like, no. And then the episode starts. And it's just the whole time. It's that level of brevity.
Yes,
so
and
light.
obviously Yuji, who's obviously been stated as a superhuman even when he had no cursed energy, it's just smashing shit over the fence over and over and over and over again. And we all know who wins. It's not that serious.
No, it's not about how serious it is, though. It's about how funny it is, you see. Because
the type of guy, I know you like that episode maybe the most.
Yeah, it was the best episode, dude.
Fuck you, dude.
Dude, that was the best episode of the season.
Dude, I need you after
about?
this to go look at the kickball episode of the Boondocks. You'll love it.
I have, dude. I love that episode. It's the greatest one. Remember the baseball episode of of Champloo?
Yes.
Where they wrapped up like 90 different plot threads? Bro, dude, first of all, the Boondocks is an anime. I don't give a fuck. Secondly, having one-off episodes where things get resolved in sports is a trope, bro. It's great. I love it. But you're right. I fucking love that baseball episode, dude. It's the greatest.
Yeah.
But after they're done with the baseball episode, they get like a mystery and they go and they embark on the mystery and they figure it out. They have a big fight. And then it's sort of like the League of Villains starts revealing itself a little bit. And that's sort of where it ends. It's kind of like this like ascending climax cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm interested in this second season, especially if they're going to drop 24 episodes. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's especially for like the 13 seasons standard right now that we're kind of living in.
Right.
Like
that's a lot.
That is a lot of content. Like that's why I thought it was 2 seasons because it's like 12 episodes till it was like that makes sense, right? No, wrong. So yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, it's definitely getting another season. It's probably almost certainly getting a 3rd season already.
Probably in the works now.
Yeah, in terms of the new generation of shonen anime that exists, this is high up there for me. I don't think it's as high up as Tower of God eventually will be once it picks up because I have read ahead and bro, read Tower of God.
I will.
It's so stupid, but like in the best possible way.
I will.
It's definitely top spot right now as of recording. But
Absolutely.
I don't know what could bump it off. I mean, the next season of My Hero better be fire, but it probably won't be what
Probably won't be.
Probably won't be.
Demon Slayer's falling off for me. Animation still.
Yeah, hot
notch.
take, dude. Hot take. Demon Slayer's not that good. It's just really pretty.
Yeah.
Nuclear take, I know.
Huge budget.
Oh god.
Huge budget.
Yeah.
It's animated. You literally can't fuck it up.
I want to watch the Cyberpunk anime that's going to be coming out, but there's a new like Blade Runner show or something on HBO Max or Netflix or something, like anime or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's a good time to be into anime.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, dude. Well, I think we're good to call it there. So thank you for listening to the Talking About Today show with Mike on the Mic and O Dog, the masked homie. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Easy peasy.